This video explains how to use iCONstruct field software to measure and store data. This will focus mainly upon the measure bar, which is integral to all measuring applications in icon. First, into the measure application. The icons in the status bar indicate a connection to the icon robot. It is shown here at the top of this menu. The total station icon is displayed here in the map screen. So the aspects of the screen utilised the most while working is the measure bar. Here it has three commands: measure, store and point ID. When measure is pressed, the robot measures the position, the information is shown in the info panel, and the measured point is displayed in the screen. If the measured point is OK, press store to save. The point is displayed in grey and the next point can be measured. It's possible to place other commands in the measure bar. Its content can be configured to display alternative commands or even remove commands to free up more map space. To do any of these things, tap and hold in the measure bar to bring up the measure bar configuration screen. From here, choose the content for the left button, middle button and right button. I'll change the first button to measure and record and the second to start line. For the third, I'll select none. Back in the map screen, and the measure bar is one button smaller, creating a little more room. To measure a line, select Start Line. That button changes colour to green and reads Stop Line to indicate that it's active. Measuring points using measure and record, the points are stored immediately as the button carries out both the measure and store commands simultaneously. Because the Start Line feature is enabled, each point stored is connected by a line to the previously stored point. Use the Close Line feature in the toolbox to connect the first and the last point. At that stage, the Start Line feature is automatically turned off. So measuring that square and connecting the points with lines required only a few screen taps, mainly using the measure bar. To configure the measure bar again, for a further example, it's the same process. Tap and hold and select the commands required. This time, measure, store and code. Next, measure a point inside the boundary with a code of drain. Create new codes by tapping in this text box and typing the code in. Drain is now displayed in the measure bar as it's the active code. Measure and store. Any points that are measured and stored whilst a code is active have that code applied. This allows for layer management within icon, which can be demonstrated using the Map View Manager. Here in the Map View Manager, choose which layers to display in the screen. For the active job, enable a drop-down menu. There are currently two layers: No Codes, which is the default code when nothing is applied, and Drain. So turn No Codes off and return to the map screen. Then just the Drain layer is left displayed. This is particularly useful when surveying a number of different features and then checking the work done for a specific code layer. To turn the other layer back on, go back to the Map View Manager and switch it to On. So back to the measure bar, it's configured for measure, store and code. To reconfigure again, tap and hold. I want to use Start Line but don't want to lose any of the other measure bar commands. Instead, tap and hold Start Line and add that command to the favourites list, which is accessible from the map screen. The other three commands are still in the measure bar as previously configured. Here's the favourites button and there is Start Line. It also contains Calculator and Setup, which are there by default. So Start Line is in there as a fourth command. Unlimited commands can be added to this favourites bar. Lines can be drawn, like before, by just using this button instead. I'll connect the first and last points. Favourites is available in Icon Site. It's a convenient feature which enables more commands to be quickly accessed. So carrying out basic measurement tasks within icon is quickly and easily achievable with the use of the measure bar and the Favourites button.